Do you romanticize about the future? If you think about the future and settling on the planet Mars, would you think the countries would settle Mars like they do on Earth? What would borders look like? Will countries compete over the Martian territories? I can picture a situation where there are multiple countries with jurisdictional claims on Mars. Each country might have their own cities, technologies, and cultures. As someone who travels a lot on Earth and enjoys the experience of immersing myself in another culture, I think that people would be interested in this on Mars as well. What if I wanted to travel from the NASA colony to the UAE colony? How would I get there? What would be the differences between the colonies? Would there be airports on Mars? And perhaps a larger, tougher question to answer would be, can planes fly on Mars? What about cars? I'm sure Elon Musk would love to put a Tesla on Mars. The short answer is probably yes, but it's actually quite complicated. We would have to build planes specifically for the Martian atmosphere, which is approximately 100 times thinner than the Earth's. Olivia Shugo-Gabar and Andrea Corianchi from the University of Salford in the UK published a study in 2020 conceptualizing a wing shape that could facilitate flights on Mars. Of course, this wing shape will need to be tested in years to come, but it is promising that aviation scientists are already testing this issue, like with SpaceX's reusable rocket, the Starship. Let's imagine you can travel on Mars. Where would you stay? There must be a hotel or accommodation somewhere, right? I don't think it's outlandish to think that there will be hotels on Mars. People like to get away, even if it's just a staycation. While we don't have any examples of hotels on another planet, we do have examples of hotels on remote parts of Earth. Svalbard is an island owned by Norway that is the closest human habitation to the North Pole. As remote as it is, Svalbard is home to 9 hotels. While Svalbard does have a high tourist season, it's not uncommon for residents of the island to stay in these hotels for a little staycation. I think it's possible that the residents of these colonies on Mars may have staycations of their own. After all, we can assume that some of the work that we'll be doing on Mars is mundane and mentally taxing. Hotels on Mars could offer an escape from the isolated day-to-day life in a colony, or the Martian domes. But the materials of the establishment would be completely following biomimicry and biomorphic designs, where the connection between humans and machines will be obsolete. A few artists and designers have already developed concepts which could be used as materials for building hotels on Mars. Our hypothesis is that the materials and components of any settlement must resist the harsher conditions of Mars. Here's our top inventory of ideas for building hotels on Mars. Number 1. Species, people, and machines are coexistent, therefore settlements will be symbiotic. For example, new territories could be dedicated to the possibilities of self-organized urban apparatuses. Number 2. Living architectures and biomimicry structures. Philip Beasley illustrates imitating processes or behaviors found in the natural world, but working with human-made and digital technologies in the following artwork. Number 3. Environments fusing technology and biology to deliver designs that align with the principles of ecological sustainability. Neri Oxman and her MIT Media Lab group have worked on a series of projects which are transforming the way we think about materials. For example, the team created 3D printed masks infused with pigments and living microorganisms. This concept can be applied in settlement walls and deliver the appropriate nutrition and ecology to humans living or resting as tourists on the planet Mars. But of course, the largest challenge we face is getting to Mars to build these colonies and hotels. Right now, we are still sending rovers and orbiters, but we can hope that in the near future we will see the first manned missions to Mars. It's a long road, but if we keep working towards it, we will prevail. Here are some of the key takeaways from our articles. Once humans colonize Mars, there will be a potential for 2 forms of tourism. The first being tourism from Earth to Mars, and the second being tourism within the planet Mars itself. We will see a new hospitality industry built on the planet Mars. And finally, we will figure out transportation on the planet. This includes both air and land travel. Do you think we'll ever build hotels on Mars? If so, how? We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can reach out to us on any of our social platforms at x-Volante LLC, or you can email us at info@xvolante.com.